Yo, what's up? It's your boy Jason Does Stuff here today, and happy new comic book day to those who celebrate. There's a lot of really cool stuff that's coming out this Wednesday, so I just wanted to talk about some of it, give my quick little thoughts on it. So I got a stack right here. So starting off with what I haven't had the chance to look at yet, these Imperial one-shots. I'm still an issue behind on Imperial. I haven't read issue number 3 yet. But issue number 1 and 2 were really awesome. I think it's Black Panther, then She-Hulk is how you're supposed to go through them. But yeah, I can't wait to see how this goes. Really been digging Imperial. Next up, Absolute Martian Manhunter. This book is awesome. I think his name's Javier Rodriguez, the guy that draws the book. I think he's carrying the book a lot. This is, like, Dennis Camp is a good writer. I do like how this book is. It's definitely better than Ultimates in my opinion. But yeah, this book's really awesome. It's kind of starting to give, like, answers, like, what's been happening with, like, the White Martian, if John's even real, like, what's going on, which I do appreciate. And the ending has me interested in what's going to happen next. Superman number 28. This book's been awesome since issue number 1. We're getting more of the Legion of Darkseid stuff, so like the Legion from the Alpha dimension, all that kind of stuff. We're also getting my boy Booster Gold. We're finally seeing what's happening to him, why he's been missing, what's been going on. I like what's going on with it. You know, Joshua Williamson, I love his writing. He's one of my favorite writers at DC at the moment. And Dan Moore, he's awesome, you know. So it's great to see them do a Booster Gold book and a Superman book. And, you know, Superboy Prime, I love Superboy Prime. So this book's awesome. It's everything I like in DC pretty much in one book, you know. You'll Do Bad Things, number 6. This is the ending to You'll Do Bad Things. I was disappointed in this book. Tyler Boss, he's the guy that's writing it. He drew What's the Furthest Place from Here, I believe it's called. It's a really cool image book with Matthew Rosenberg. I really liked that book. And I was going into this hoping it would be like at least similar quality. The book's not bad, I'll say that. You know, it's not like a bad book. I think it needed a few more issues or like tone back a lot of what it was trying to do, because it introduces a whole lot of ideas and characters and just a whole lot of stuff. And I don't think 6 issues was enough to really do enough with it. I think it could have easily been 10 issues, maybe even 12, you know. Like, we get this whole subplot, these 2 detectives that kind of goes nowhere until the very end. We get a couple cool side characters who really only get 1 scene, maybe 2 if they're lucky. You know, I think this just needed a few more issues, but the artist, I don't know his name, and I'm going to horribly mispronounce that, so I'm not even going to try. But his stuff is awesome in this. I do really like the art in this. And, you know, the covers by Tyler Boss, they are awesome looking. I do. You know, it's not a bad book. I just think it needed a few more issues. All right, we have Lost Fantasy number 4. This book was a surprise hit for me. I did not expect to like it as much as I do. I got issue number 1 because the cover with this dude right here, his name's Henry Blackheart. He's the main character, but the cover kind of gave me like Mike Mignola vibes. So I picked up issue number 1, and there's just like this really cool like lore, and like they're building this whole like society around it. And I'm really interested in like where it goes from here. But this ends book 1. Tyrone Wolfsbane, I believe his name is. He's like, I'm not gonna go into it, but he's kind of like one of the main characters in this story. I'm really liking this book's going. I think it's a little confusing, like keeping up with it monthly, just because like I won't open this one because, you know, spoilers. You know, the book's not out yet, but they'll randomly like go into lore on like characters, like how, for instance, issue number 3, what is it called? Like the lens, I think it was called. It's like this device that like gets rid of these parasites in your head. They spend the whole page going into the lore on like how that was made and like a flashback, which I do like. You know, it makes things feel more authentic, kind of, you know. Like, they don't feel as much as like MacGuffins, really. But at the same time, there's a whole lot of exposition and lore that gets dropped on you. So I think this, like, in hardcover will be a whole lot better, but I do really enjoy this book. All right, we have Fantastic Four Fanfare number 4. This book, this was easily the best issue of the whole mini, in my opinion. All 4 stories are really good. I like the Straczynski book, but the Greg Weisman story, that was probably my favorite out of the entire mini, which I was kind of shocked by because he did a Spectacular Spider-Man, which wasn't my favorite book. So I was really shocked that he did a Fantastic Four book, which was awesome. But that one's like a nice little flashback. I think it's supposed to take place around Fantastic Four number 60, I think it said. There's like a specific issue number it says that it takes place at, but I'm not going to go into like why that issue specifically, but it's a really nice flashback to like the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby kind of Fantastic Four stuff, but I really like that. Avengers number 29, I was going to drop this book at issue 28, but then Solicits dropped and Mr. Fantastic is in the book. And then next issue, they're doing more Secret Wars, like Marvel Zombie stuff. So I think I'm going to drop it at this issue. This book, like, it has been getting better, but I just don't love it too much. It's not bad, you know. It's just easily, like, the weakest McKay book that he's doing. And he's doing Nova soon, which I am really excited for. But Avengers, I'm going to drop at this issue. This one's kind of nothing really happens in it. Like, it's just kind of talking and setting up next issue, which I'm fine with, but this being the issue that, like, is my make or break for the book, I don't need to follow this monthly anymore. Incredible Hulk number 28. This book has been awesome lately. Philip Kennedy Johnson, the man writing this book, he's awesome. I love his Superman stuff, and his Hulk is amazing. I mean, look at this cover by Nick Klein. Like, the body horror in this book is not as strong as an Immortal Hulk, but I think it's a lot better in this. You know, Joe Bennett, controversies about him aside, he is a really nice artist. But Nick Klein, like, he just has, there's just something about, like, the coloring on it and the way that, like, it's just, I like this more than Joe Bennett stuff in Immortal Hulk. But yeah, this book's been awesome. This is slightly more of a one-off. The book is ending in 2 issues. And then being relaunched with Infernal Hulk or something. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that book's coming out soon. It's going to be relaunched. Same creative team, though. But I'm real excited for that. This book's been awesome. We have Ultimate Spider-Man number 20. This book's kind of been on the down end lately. I still love it. But the real-time aspect was a cool gimmick in the beginning, but it's really holding this book back, in my opinion. Like, each issue is supposed to be 1 month, you know? Except whenever that happens, we have to skip past a whole month of, like, story and, like, things that can happen. So what ends up happening is, like, something cool will happen, but then it gets resolved off panel and in between issues. And after, like, a while of that happening, it's kind of really affecting this book for me. I think it has way too much going on, and because of the real-time aspect, it's, like, holding everything back. Like, for instance, if this was issue number 40 and this book was not real time, this would be 5 out of 5. Like, this would be fantastic. But I mean, Maker wakes up in 4 months, I think, and like that. I don't know. Like, this book's still good. I do like it. It's my favorite Ultimate title, but like it's just being held back. Speaking of books being held back, we have X-Men by Jed MacKay. I've been loving this book. You know, Cyclops is my favorite X-Man, and Jed MacKay does an awesome Cyclops. I love how he's been in this run. But they're doing the event, Age of Revelation, coming up next month, I think it is. I think it's September, October that's starting up. But all the X-Men books are going to be on hold for a few months for it, possibly getting relaunched after the event. Not too excited for that. I'm going to keep up with a couple other titles, but for the most part, this is the only X-Men book I'm keeping up with, you know. We got Beneath the Trees number 2. This is the sequel to the Beneath the Trees number 1. Well, the previous series that came out. This issue is more of like a what has Samantha been doing since the ending of Beneath the Trees 1, and kind of showing like why she did what she did in issue number 1. I really dug this, you know, that there's some characters I really like that live in the town, and I feel like they're gonna die, and I'm not excited for that. But you know, it's awesome. All right, we have Hellboy, Professor Harvey is Gone. This book, I'm so happy that Mike Mignola is back doing these Hellboy one shots. He did like what, easily 1 to 2 a month for a couple of years now. He kind of stopped for a bit for the most part. I think it's because he has this hardcover coming out that he's writing and drawing, and it's coming out soon. So I'm really excited for that. I love his stuff. But yeah, this was a classic Hellboy book. You know, something goes wrong. Hellboy shows up. He looks awesome. He stops the evilness that's happening, and that's the whole book. You know, it's all you need out of Hellboy. It's awesome. I love this. We have a Minor Arcana number 10. This is a flashback to Bud and like what happened to him. I really like this book. It's one of my favorite indies coming out at the moment. But I wish we had more information on what's going on. We're 10 issues in, and we don't even know the names of the bad guys that are in this book. Or the Cano? I'm not too sure. We've seen them a couple times, like they have popped up, but we still don't have a single name for one of them. We don't know their motivation. I think they're connected to Bud. Their cover number 9 shows this symbol. It's like Bill Cipher pretty much is an upside down triangle with an eye on it. And in this issue specifically, it does pop up in a big way. So I think Bud either starts up the Cano or like he's heavily involved. And I think they're trying to come back to Theresa since she's his granddaughter. Maybe like they're trying to get her involved. Maybe they're trying to take her out because she's powerful. We don't really know yet. It is Jeff Lemire. He has plans for this book to last a long time. I think it's supposed to be 50 to 60 issues. Not too sure the exact number. I'm excited for how it goes though. Death of Silver Surfer number 3. I don't really want to talk bad about the book. You know, I love Greg Pak. I love all the characters on this cover, but it does what a lot of Silver Surfer books do, where they kind of sideline him to have like the human characters more frontline. Kelly Coe, she's the human in this book. She's supposed to be taking over the mantle of Silver Surfer in issue number 5, apparently. At least according to solicitations, but you know, those do lie all the time. Which, I don't really want to, you know, it's... Check out this book if you're liking it. I'm picking up the whole book because I'm a chud, and I shell out money to books I don't like, but you know, that's just me. Alright, now we've got Justice League Unlimited. This book... I wish there was less going on in it, which I know is odd to say because the book is supposed to be like how grand scale the Justice League can be. Like every single superhero is a member right now, but this book specifically has, I want to say it's 5 plots going on, and it's only 22 pages, I think it was. Like, there's just so much going on in this one book that a lot of it kind of just feels underdeveloped. Like, this is fallout from We Are Yesterday, the event that just happened, but it's also leading into DCKO. But at the same time, there's a couple little mini plots that are going on. So I just wish this was just fallout and the next issue was the build-up towards DCKO. A lot of the ideas just kind of feel half-baked. And Dan Moyer, the artist, you know, he is amazing. I do love his stuff. But in this issue and the last issue of like issues 9 and 10, I think it's getting kind of obvious that like he's doing too much, you know. This issue specifically does have like there's this big scene that's supposed to happen where these characters like are getting into a discussion, but like it gets heated, you know. They start yelling at each other, they start throwing insults at one another, and the way it's written, it's supposed to be this like really tense argument, you know? But the way it's drawn, these characters are just like standing stagnant like this. So it doesn't like it feels odd, you know? Like I do love his stuff. I just feel like he's doing too much, you know? I know he's trying to streamline it to, I think he said 1 book a month in 2026, which I hope he is able to do. But yeah, like I think he's just doing too much. It is kind of, I don't want to say it's holding the book back because it is also on Wade for how he's writing this book, but this book could be a lot better. I do still like it, but yeah. I have a Geiger number 17. This is one of my favorite books coming out right now. Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, Brad Anderson, obviously have to mention him. He's amazing. I love his coloring on this book. But yeah, so this book is kind of another Fallout issue of the whole stuff with Ashley. And I'm also getting some like cool stuff with Goldbeard and like what's going on with him. This is just more lore around like the unnamed stuff. I'm really excited for how this is going. I love the huge supporting cast that he has. Like, this book is so awesome. They're supposedly doing a TV show, which I cannot wait to see that happen. But yeah, this book is one of the best books coming out right now. Green Lantern number 26. I feel like I missed an issue because I don't know what's going on in this book, but it's so awesome. I mean, just look at this cover, you know? I'm so confused, but I'm loving it so much. It's just some cool stuff happening. Zamanico, he's not drawing this issue, but he's the main artist on this book. His stuff's insane. Like, he drew issue number 25, and it was easily one of like the best looking single issues of 2025. We have Absolute Wonder Woman number 11. This is continuing the story arc. I think it's called like The Labyrinth is what this arc's called. I'm not too sure. This issue is really awesome though. I've been loving this book, you know. Yeah. We have a Green Arrow number 27. This book is honestly probably the best thing DC's putting out right now. Chris Condon and Montos, they're an insane team. Like, I don't even know how to describe how awesome this book is, but just like every month whenever I get it, it feels like a classic comic, like that people have talked about for decades, but like it's coming out every single month. Like, you need to check out this book if you're not checking it out already. Alright, We're Taking Everyone Down With Us number 5. This book's amazing. Honestly, one of the best books coming out right now. And it's ending next issue, and I'm so upset by that. I hope it gets a sequel, because there's so much that can still be done in this. Like, I love this book so much. And we have Mr. Terrific number 4, which I have not read yet, but this book's been really awesome so far. I'm really digging it. I hope the team gets an ongoing, or like at least another book set in modern day after this. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Yeah, boom.